go.
Same here. Plus the clap.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
Because like, Joe, what's all this? You're trying to shine, but let's see what we do. So my name is Rudy Kwachi, and I work in the intersection of sports and entertainment. I build festivals, concerts, parties, which is entertainment. What is sports? Sports is actually entertainment. And it's a very interesting journey seeing where sports and entertainment actually meet. There are 5 and 6. Pops knows this thing very well. All basketball players want to be rappers, all rappers want to be ballers. It's probably the single biggest power that we can compete completely on the African continent. If you take away the minerals and everything that's buried in our land, the blessings from God, the single biggest thing we bring to the table, and look, check all global sports. There's a black man in there somewhere. Our energy, we outcompete, outshine. But we need to understand the lay of the land. And it starts off from what Americans call soccer. It's football to us. The first and the biggest sport in the world in terms of valuation is actually football. It's $600 billion per annum. Yes. It includes global markets for leagues, clubs, all of that combined, like what the World Cup would bring in, all of those things. It's $600 billion. That's soccer's, football's valuation, and it's the #1 sport on earth. Not because of the people, it's because also it's the most lucrative around. And I always say that football is also the easiest for everyone to enter because the cost associated with starting to play ball is actually having 2 feet. Every other sport requires a trip to a store and a spend before you can start to think. All of us can play football right here, right now if we decide to play, in whatever we are wearing. And that's what makes football that big. The next one is the other football. Pops's hometown football, the NFL, American football, and it's only 130 billion. They're also the ones that have the halftime that everybody watches, and we'll learn a thing or two down the line. But yes, the second biggest sport in the world by valuation is 130 billion, and is the American football. It's the leagues, the franchises, and averaging about $4 billion around the world. The third one is the one that has actually brought us all here. And please note the differences. The first one is 600 billion, the second is 130. The third one is actually basketball. It's only $75 billion in valuation globally and growing. So the franchises, the leagues, the merch, everything they sell around it is consolidated into this number. The fourth one is baseball, which is a $60 billion sport. It doesn't have the global reach necessarily, like, in terms of practice of play, like what the first three would have. But it's probably the most packaged sport that we all know. Like, it's a big deal. The fourth sport is the rich man's sport, Formula One. The cost of being participating, like an average Formula One team spend just moving around 23 times $10 million just to be part of it. Like, you have to have that money in the bank to bend before you'll be allowed in the cruise. Africa has been clamoring for a Formula One circuit for years. Like, South Africa almost came close last year. They had the money, they had everything else. I was actually in the rooms when this was happening. All the conversations, the city-state was ready to dance over and flip this building to make sure that they come in, and then they're like, nah, we'll skip you guys for a minute. Your money's small, let's go to Wales now. They went to the Middle East. The next one is ice hockey. It brings in $30 billion. Keep it moving, brother. Ice hockey brings in $30 billion. So I'm waiting for my controls to actually catch up with me. So they're sitting at Formula One as we speak, $15 billion per annum. And then let's move on to the next slide, which is ice hockey, that brings in $30 billion. After ice hockey comes tennis, another rich man's sport. It's $10 billion per annum. Let's take, these numbers are $1 billion. I want that to sink in because we need to understand what pool sports has and why we shouldn't be lagging behind as Africa. The next one is golf. It also puts in around the same as tennis for $10 billion. And the ninth one is $5 billion from rugby. So the top 10 sports, these are the numbers that they pull in terms of valuation. It is not just for play. But I'm interested in the last one because the panel that just happened actually spoke on it. So far, the biggest number, the number from esports, in terms of valuation, is actually $1 billion globally. And there are a few things that why it is. Internet access, getting the gaming consoles, it racks up because you need data to stay on. If you met gamers, you can take everything away, don't take their internet. They will literally attack you for it because they have to be, it's their drug of choice, if I may say so. And that's the top 10 sports. And let's look at the revenue side of this conversation. Where's the money and how much money comes in on all of these places? In terms of global sports, let's get to the next. Sports revenue worldwide is $33.7 billion this year, which includes the Olympics that just came to pass, or your Formula One viewing and tickets that were bought in and around the world, every NFL game, every basketball game that was played, the BAL. If you consolidate, including what Kotoka has, let's not forget that, those numbers somehow get reported. If you put it all together, that's $33 billion. Now, how much are we looking from IMF? That's 10% of that. I just want us to bring it to context. And this is just for this year. It is projected that 2028, sports globally will bring in $37 billion. So there's a $4 billion growth that is going to happen in the next 4 years. And I guess that is our opportunity. That is where we can actually start to participate in this global richness. 312 million people, sorry, I'm dropping a lot of numbers because I want to bring a certain context to play. 312 million people participate. So if you went to the stadium, if you've been to an NFL game, if you paid to watch an NFL game on your an NBA game on your tablet, wherever, your number is part of this 312 million people. That's a massive audience. Yes, it feels in comparison compared to 8 billion people on the planet, but that's 312 million people that are paying for access. At the end of the day, all of us sitting here, there's an average rate per user on our heads. All of us, we are worth $110 per annum to sports. And you'll be like, wait, that's 1,770 or 1,600, whichever number that you want. It depends on your dealer. But the point is, within the 12 months, you are going to spend that $110 towards a sporting activity. Either you are directly participating by watching a match, playing an esports game, buying access, or the merch you buy, the t-shirt, the hat. If you're wearing any jersey by any team, it's actually consolidated into the global earnings. So we all contribute whichever way possible to these numbers. Now let's bring that context to play in our Ghana. 30 or so odd million people. Let's just say, let's take 10%. 90% doesn't matter. Let's take 10% of our number. That's 3 million people. If 3 million of us are spending $100 towards sports in a year, that's not a bad number. And that's just the conservative baseline numbers, because you're having those that are buying boxes, those that are turning up in buying hospitality. Those numbers go high. It's in the thousands of dollars. Like for people that watch tennis, if you go to any other tournaments, you're paying $3,000-4,000 just to sit on the court side and turn your neck from left to right for 2 hours. But we pay. It makes sense. Sports gets revenue from 4 core spaces. Now let's look at those streams. Right? Ticket sales, which is us buying direct. And the tickets numbers for 2021 was 13.2 billion. Well, by 2028, in my slide, you see a slight mistake there. 43 billion is what is projected that sports ticket sales are going to come. And that includes the Sudan match that you paid to go and watch just 2 weeks ago. Your numbers
to help the community using the game of basketball to inspire and help others is inspirational to me. So, to see how far this Africa Basketball Festival has come and seeing how far it's going to go is beautiful. And it's a testament to Yao. I should have known better that me showing up, he was going to force me to speak. But no, this is amazing to see. And, I would urge everybody in this room, go back to your homes, go back to school, to work, and tell them about the Africa Basketball Festival. Tell them about basketball in general, and see how we can see what it can do. Look at living proof at what basketball or even sports can do for us as a people. And so using sports as a vehicle to create change is something that's near and dear to me. It's something I'm passionate about, and I'm glad Yao is continuing to champion that cause. So again, thank you for having me, and thank you again, Yao. Let's give Yao a hand.
Thank you so much, Gio. I think you've heard my voice for too many times, so I'm not going to bore you with long speeches. I just want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Amelia James and the registrar. Please let's put our hands together once again. And to the chairman of the LOC and the Dr. Bekuto Suasari, who is the chairman. It's come to stay. We're here to add value, and at the end of the day, we grow together. So once again, thank you so much for coming, and let's enjoy ourselves. We'll see you tomorrow at the Legon Basketball Court. Thank you.
We must consider how innovation and entertainment can not only enhance the game, but also more inclusive, sustainable, and impactful. Reimagining sports is a crucial that we embrace technology and innovation. The role of technology in modern sports cannot be overstated. From the analytics and wearable technology to artificial intelligence and immersive virtual experience, innovation is redefining how we train athletes, manage teams, engage audience, Africa must seize this advancement to not only improve athletes' performance, but also democratize access to sports by integrating these tools into our sports development initiative. We can also set new standards for excellence across all levels. Invest in the youth development. As a Minister for Youth and Sports, I am particularly committed to empowering the next generation. The future of sports lies in our youth. By investing in grassroots initiatives, we create a solid foundation for future champions. These investments include modern sports facilities, accessible coaching, mentorship programs that nurture talent from early age. This festival is a perfect example of creating that platform that blends sports, mentorship, and enable young talent to strive. Utilize sports as a vehicle for economic growth. Beyond the thrill of competition, sports can be a powerful driver of economic prosperity. The African Basketball Festival is a testament to how sports can boost local economy by creating jobs and promoting tourism and opening up opportunities in the media, fashion, and entertainment. Let us focus on building a robust sports ecosystem that can elevate the economic potential of athletes, entrepreneurs, and communities. Merge sports and entertainment. Today, sports are not only about the game itself, they are also about creating memorable experience. The merging of sports, music, and fashion, as we are witnessing at this festival, reflect on the growing trend that enriches the fun experience. The energy and passion that entertainment brings to sports have the power to capture new audience, especially among the youth. The future of sports entertainment lies in fusion, where the game becomes an experience that resonates across multiple cultural spheres, shaping the future of African sports. The success of African sports will depend on the ability to foster strong partnership between governments, the private sector, enterprise, sports organizations, and community must work hand in hand to build the necessary infrastructure, create pathways for talent development, and ensure that our sports programs are inclusive and accessible to all. Here in Ghana, the government of His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa have demonstrated a strong, unprecedented commitment to the development of sports through the provision of modern sports infrastructure. As we are all aware, Ghana successfully hosted the entire African Games a few months ago, and it's so because we built the requisite infrastructure. Since then, Ghana has become a destination for international sports events in various sports disciplines, thanks to the government commitment. Moreover, we must champion the agenda of the gender equality in sports. African women are breaking barriers in all sporting disciplines, and it is imperative that we support their progress by providing equal opportunity and resources to them. In concluding, reimagining the game, the future, shaping the future of sports, innovation and entertainment, let us envisage a future where African sports strive through innovation, youth development, and the harmonious blending of sports with entertainment. Together, we can inspire the next generation of athletes and visionaries who will elevate the African presence on the global stage. I am optimistic that through these summits, new ideas will be sparked, and partnership will be formed, and the focus of African sports will be redefined for the next generation to come. Once again, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the organizers, sponsors, panelists, participants for your contribution to the success of this event. May we continue to work together to elevate the African sports to the new heights. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make us great and strong. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Our Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports. Please a round of applause once again. I told you he's a very passionate man. He will make sure that you get all you want, but no lose.